This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. As I've told you, and if you saw any vlogs, Chronicles of Drunagor has recently come out with their two fantastic new expansion boxes. Now, I've got the Awakenings and the Apocalypse. I have everything else for it. And if you're going to go out and try to get this, and I want to do this before we even talk about this, you're going to need to make sure that you have the base game, or else this is going to do nothing for you. And we'll talk later about that in here. Apocalypse and Awakenings, we're going to take our time with this. So I'm going to push this aside, and we're only going to concentrate on Awakenings with this video. And next week we'll talk more about the Apocalypse as I go through it and things. I haven't even opened it yet. I've been taking my time and just taking a look and going through Awakenings. So without further ado, my dear friends, let's go down. We'll take a look at what's inside the box. I'll talk a little bit about the rule book and things, and then we'll talk a little bit about this, and then we'll come up and give you my final thoughts. So why don't we go down, take a look at what comes inside the box, and then we'll come back up, and then we'll go back down. You know, we'll bounce all over the place. I'm trying something different. So my real focus is to really put, you know, some time to make sure I understand what's going on with each set. So why don't I stop talking? Why don't we go down and take a look at some of the new stuff that you're going to get inside Awakenings? Let's do it. So let's just really kind of start this off, and start it off the right way, of course. They have this fantastic book, but we're going to first take a look at everything inside, and then we'll come back and we'll go through the book a little bit, because I want to show you some stuff and explain some stuff to you, so you get a feel for this and why you need to go out and get this and its thing. Of course, you know, this is not an unboxing video, but I want to show you what you get. You're going to get this, so you can track your adventures and everything, storytelling. You're going to make copies of this. You're going to get 4 new characters in here, and they are just absolutely fantastic and beautiful. You swords mage, or you can have an assassin here. I really like how this works. You're going to be, we'll explain a few things. You have your doors, which make a big deal. I keep these in the bag so I don't peek ahead. You get your beautiful tiles in here, which are 2-sided. Okay, and when you take this out, and everything is done to perfection when they put things away. And on top of this, this just clips together, which is really fantastic. Because when you look underneath, there's a ton of miniatures that need to be painted. And I painted the first set, so of course I'm going to try to paint this second set. But these beautiful sculpts, these beautiful, beautiful miniatures, once again, from a company that really puts a lot of passion and intelligence into things. They do a fantastic job. Also, again, this is really great, because, you know, they include, it fits in real nice. It's where they keep the tokens all nice and lined, so you can keep them nice and neat. There's more tokens underneath. Underneath, you get a ton of cards. And matter of fact, there's one thing I do want to show you. Hold on here, folks, because you're going to get a couple of big bosses here, and you've got some spaces to put some stuff into. And look at these big cards. Huh? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And beautiful art. Big old villains. And just a ton of stuff that I need to paint, to be honest with you. And it all goes back together so easily and back into the box. So, where does that leave us? Well, I don't want this to be an unboxing video. I want to talk a little bit more about this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some room, and we're going to come back, and we're going to go through our adventure book and some of the rules and some of the changes and some of the things that you need to see in this adventure manual. Okay, everybody, that's everything that's inside the box primarily. You know, kind of a little bit of a boxing, but I want to go down and I want to take some time here and talk about the adventure book and some of the new things and some of the things that you're going to need to do and stuff like that, and some of the things that I've learned in this very first expansion, the Awakenings. Now, next week, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at Apocalypse, because that'll give me time to really go through this and point out certain things, hopefully. So let's go down to the table. We'll talk about the adventure book and some of the exciting things that you're going to be going through in this wonderful, wonderful experience. And then I'll come up on the other side of that and finish this out and get on out of here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about this book. And I really want to hit home on this. We're going to be talking about, you know, first of all, we're going to take a look at all the game components, which we already did, and they do such a beautiful job with this book and how it is done. First of all the characters that we showed you, you know, I didn't show you all the miniatures, but you have one soul harvester. One of the nice new things in there is some standees, and we'll talk more about that when we talk about Apocalypse. You're going to have your hero boards, but you're going to also have those deluxe hero boards I was talking about, those big boards, which is a change. And I really like the big ones, the big hero sheets. They really are cool. It's easy for somebody like me that has a hard time seeing things and going through it. The next thing, which I kind of skipped, of course, too quickly there, is what's new. What will I use from the core box? Okay, so it's going to talk about. It gives you a thing. Hey, what I'm not going to need from the box, and also what I'm going to need and why and how and what as needed. The nice thing, like I said, is that, you know, with this particular thing, you know, like the cubes and the dice, they don't be redundant and make the cost go up on something. There's no redundancy. Your core box is going to be the heartbeat of it, but this is the story here. There's going to be some rule clarifications as far as board elements and things like that, and trays and bridges and doors. They cleaned a lot of things up with that. Some clarifications on dealing damage to characters, dealing with bonuses and multipliers. They made sure that they cleared all that up. A very easy read. I'm not going to go through it all, or else this would be a you know, an hour and a half video, which we don't want. Dreadful Raid, Monster Raid Special Mechanic Update. That's very important. I think you need to read that. As a matter of fact, you need to read all of this. Some of the game, the equipment, how equipment is done. Some of the mechanics get updated there. New equipment properties. There's going to be some different changes. Spoils. They're going to be talking more about that, because there's different types of spoils that you're going to run into. Followers and cohorts. This is a new game mechanic. Okay. That they're adding in here, and I think you'll find that very interesting and how that works out. Talking how pillars work and fountains and things like that. Update rules on a hero's turn. Interactions. There's some game mechanic clarifications that you're going to need with that. Okay, that just really tightens this up. They've done a great job tweaking what was already a great game, but these tweaks really bring some things out here. Interrupts, which is a new game mechanic. You're in the middle of a turn, you go to do something, we've got a little bit of an interrupt here. Boom. Monsters get updated. There's some updated rules. Shifting targets. New commander attack cards. And new harmful terrain is explained here. Updated effects and keywords that you're going to need, and some clarifications on sorcerers and warlocks and so forth. And of course, they break down and make sure you understand the campaign structure. You have a beautiful prologue that you're going to go through. The first chapter here, very simple, just a couple of pieces and a couple of things that you're going to need to go through, and it's going to kind of get you going and in case you need a refresher a bit. It starts you off before it punches you in the face, and then of course we all know what this is. You know, this is one of the most brilliant things, is going here and, you know, picking one of these, and you hope you pick the right one, because if you don't, you're going to pay, and you're going to get it pretty hard. And this is where the replayability comes in. If you don't cheat and look ahead, you know, you can always change your conduct on how you do things, and it changes how this all goes together. And I don't want to spoil any more for you than I do for me. But again, a fantastic and easy read, and done so beautifully. This is where this game shines, is how well this story is told, and how things like this, you know, with all the stuff with wizards and stuff like that, when people can put out beautiful experiences like this that people can share, it really softens the blow. And this is a fantastic and wonderful story that I really, really highly suggest for you guys. Now, again, I'm treading very lightly because I don't want to ruin anything for you or myself, on top of that. But, you know, this book with all the updates is just fantastic. And it's done so well and so beautiful. 188 pages, full color, bound perfectly. You know, the one thing that they do at Creative Game Studios is perfection. Perfection. I mean, when they put something out, it's well thought out. And I keep on talking about this, and I beat it like a dead horse. Basically, passion. You got a bunch of people that are just good people that believe in the system, and this is becoming a real classic for me. This, I have such passion. I haven't finished playing the first part, and then now I have these two wonderful boxes. I can't wait to take a look at what's in Apocalypse. As a matter of fact, that box actually has me pretty fascinated. But I wanted to start here and take my time and really get a grasp with it. I love how they break down what you're going to need from the core box, because you're going to need that rule book, and you're going to need the cubes and stuff like that. So they don't make this thing where it's going to be overly expensive by being redundant and putting in the same things. They tell you the core to the entire system is the core box, and it's beautifully done. And then you have these just unbelievable chapters in this book, and the art and the theme. It's just thick with it, and you feel it from the moment you want to start playing, that you are in something different, something special, something outstanding. And the tremendous work from Mario, from Ricardo, from Felipe. I mean, I can go on and sit here and praise these guys. I could make a video just Moro, excuse me, not Mario. God, I butcher everybody's name, dear God. But everybody that's involved in it, and I'm trying to look at the names because I don't want to forget anybody. The beautiful sculpts, the beautiful miniatures. We took a look at that. And then when we also took some time to go through that rule book. This is one of the top games out there, and it's just gotten better. Made by creative and beautiful people that create beautiful stories with beautiful imagination, and that really touch people's lives, and have done it with a wonderful product. I can't wait to see what they do next. I'm not even done playing with this, and I'm excited for what's next. I mean, this is something that can just keep going and going, and I believe that they can really run with this, and nobody would ever get tired, because it is just innovative. It's beautiful. It's made with love and passion, and that's what we look for in games. Something that will take us far away. Fantastic job, people, and I will give a tip of the hat to everyone over at Creative Game Studios. without further ado, I'm going to get out of here. It's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.
This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints. Discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.